Introduction. Get started with the Gemini API. Welcome to this course where we'll dive into the fascinating world of the Gemini API. Throughout this journey, you'll discover the ins and outs of the Gemini API, explore the capabilities of the Gemini models, and learn about the API's structure, pricing, and how to make effective API calls to harness the generative AI features of the Gemini platform. I'm Fikayo Adepoju, a software developer and tech instructor with over 14 years of experience in developing scalable applications and mentoring future developers. If you're eager to unlock the potential of Google's Gemini API, join me in this course. To enroll in this course, the main prerequisite is a genuine interest in artificial intelligence and its application in software development. The Gemini API is designed to be highly accessible, allowing developers to easily incorporate AI-driven features into their application. This course aims to introduce you to these capabilities. While we will be working with code and conducting programming demonstrations, prior programming experience is beneficial but not mandatory. The course material is structured to be understandable even for those without a programming background. If you're enthusiastic about discovering how the Gemini API can enhance your applications, let's begin this journey together. Who should enroll in this course? If you're here, it's time to consider a few questions to see if this course fits your needs. Are you a developer, part of a development team, project manager, or an engineering manager looking to incorporate AI features into your applications? Or are you curious about Google's Gemini models and their API capabilities and eager to learn how to integrate them into your project? If you answered yes to any of these, you're in the right place. This course offers a thorough introduction to the Google Gemini API. You'll discover what the Gemini models are, what the API does, the capabilities of the different models, Google's pricing for API usage, and the API structure. Plus, you'll get hands-on experience with some simple demos. If this sounds exciting to you, let's dive in. Understanding Gemini models. What is Gemini? Welcome to the world of Gemini, Google's rapidly evolving large language model. If you're fascinated by the latest advancements in artificial intelligence and its impact on technology, Gemini will capture your interest with its remarkable capabilities. In this video, we will explore what Gemini is, delve into its features, and discuss how developers can leverage Gemini in various applications. Trained on diverse datasets, Gemini can comprehend context, subtle nuances, and human references. By predicting the next word in a sequence, Gemini can generate coherent text, answer questions, write essays, and even code. In this course, I will introduce you to the Gemini API, which provides access to Gemini's family of generative AI models through a web interface. This allows developers to integrate AI-powered features into their applications, such as intelligent chatbots, creative writing assistants, image recognition systems, and data analysis tools. To fully appreciate Gemini's capabilities, we must first understand the different models in the Gemini family, their unique features, supported input and output formats, token limits, and more. Before we dive into our first model in the Gemini suite, note that these models are continually improved, with new versions released periodically. For instance, during the recording of this course, Gemini launched the Gemini 1.5 Pro model, an enhancement to the Gemini Pro model. This new version can accept over 1 million tokens as input and perform advanced tasks like code generation, text editing, problem solving, and recommendations. However, it is currently in preview mode, limited to 2 queries per minute. By the time you watch this course, this model might already be available via the Gemini API. To stay updated on the latest developments in Gemini model variants and versions, visit the ai.google.dev Gemini-API/models/Gemini page. Here, you can find details about all Gemini models, including the new Gemini 1.5 Pro. In the next video, we will examine the first model in the Gemini suite, the Gemini Pro model. Gemini Pro. From the previous video, we learned that Gemini is a family of generative AI models. In this video, we'll be examining the first model in the Gemini family, the Gemini Pro model. This model, also known as Gemini Pro, processes only text inputs and generates textual responses. It excels in handling zero-shot, one-shot, and few-shot tasks, meaning it can generate appropriate responses whether you provide no examples, one example, or a few examples of the desired output. Additionally, the Gemini Pro model supports multi-turn conversational formats, allowing for the creation of chat experiences by managing multiple rounds of questions and responses, helping users progress through complex conversations. Now that we've covered its capabilities, let's discuss its limitation. This model only accepts text inputs, with a maximum input limit of 30,720 tokens and a response limit of 2,048 tokens per output. In the context of Gemini models, roughly 60 to 80 English words equal about 100 token. Additionally, API rate limiting is set at 60 requests per minute, though this quota can be expanded, which we'll cover in the pricing section. If your use case aligns with these capabilities and constraints, the Gemini Pro model is an ideal choice. In the next video, we'll explore the Gemini Pro Vision model. Gemini Pro Vision? A solid understanding of the Gemini Pro model under our belt, it's time to look at the Gemini Pro Vision model. Known as Gemini Pro Vision, this variant takes both text and image inputs but only produces text output. It excels in handling multimodal inputs, processing both text and images seamlessly. Similar to the Gemini Pro model, it accommodates zero-shot, one-shot, and few-shot tasks, allowing flexibility in example provision. However, it currently lacks the capability for multi-turn conversational formats, making it less ideal for customer support or chatbots. This limitation might be addressed in future updates. The model supports a maximum of 12,288 input tokens and 4,096 response tokens, double that of the Gemini Pro model, with an API rate limit of 60 requests per minute. For up-to-date information on token limits and rate limits, visit the Gemini models page regularly. Despite these constraints, the Gemini Pro Vision model is an excellent option for applications involving text and image input. I recommend checking out my LinkedIn Learning course for a practical demonstration using an image captioning tool. In the next segment, we'll discuss the next model in the Gemini lineup, the embeddings model. Embedding, let's delve into the Gemini embeddings model, a vital tool for transforming diverse information into a standardized format that Gemini can understand. This model can convert documents from multiple languages, such as English, French, and Spanish, into a uniform code that Gemini can interpret, regardless of the original language. This functionality enables Gemini to detect relationships and comprehend the essence of information from different sources. It's like having a universal translator for all data inputs, which helps Gemini integrate varied information to provide more thorough answers to your questions. The embeddings model, known as Embeddings 001, accepts text input and generates corresponding text embeddings. Optimized for up to 2,048 tokens per input, it handles textual inputs exclusively and has a fixed API rate limit, 1,500 requests per minute. That concludes our overview of the embeddings model. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll cover the last model in the Gemini series, the AQA model. AQA. In this video, we'll explore the AQA model, the latest addition to Gemini's suite of generative AI models. AQA stands for Attributed Question Answering, and it's designed to efficiently answer questions using its vast training data. Think of it as a sophisticated search engine that not only finds answers, but also indicates the confidence level of each response. This makes the Gemini AQA model comparable to a highly skilled librarian, adept at retrieving and verifying information from diverse sources. The AQA model takes textual inputs, performs attributed question answering, and provides responses with confidence assessment. It excels in specific domains, such as real estate, and is currently available only in English, though other languages are planned for future updates. The model has a token limit of 7,168 for inputs and 1,024 for outputs, with a cap of 60 API requests per minute. This summarizes the capabilities of the AQA model within Gemini's AI offerings. In the following section, we'll explore Gemini's model version management and the Gemini API. Stay with us for more details.